guys are doing good today. So today's video is going to be about pendulums, what a pendulum is, what a pendulum looks like, different ways that you can make pendulums. So first off, the pendulum that I have is a rose quartz. You can get them in crystal form, or you can make your own with a star anise or string or rock and string, anything of that sort. It don't have to be really, really fancy or really, really complicated if you can't afford things like this. So this is my rose quartz pendulum. You can see. And I'm really, really bad for getting these in a knot and not being able to get the chain out of a knot. But yes, been with me for 3 or 4 years now. I used to have an amethyst one that I was really, really connected to, but sadly I don't know what happened to it. It just kind of disappeared one day. But some have crystals on them, but again, if you don't like a crystal or anything like that, you can make your own. So finding a pendulum can be a little bit overwhelming. Again, there's so many different forms, so many different crystals, so many different energies. If you believe that all things have energies and things of that sort, it can be very, very overwhelming because some stores are filled completely with pendulums, and you're like, oh, which one should I choose? So it can be very, very overwhelming. So remember to take your time when choosing your pendulum. Sometimes they've been known to choose their owners by themselves. So again, be aware of your surroundings because some do choose you. And a pendulum is a great tool to use for yes and no questions. I do recommend if you're wanting to go more deeper in depth, to use a different kind of divination. But and every pendulum is different, so just remember that. So what may be yes and no for you a certain way, maybe yes and no for someone else. So like for instance, a lot of people believe that you move your hand and so forth and make the pendulum swing back and forth, but it just, I don't know, and it just swings by itself. And when you get it, you want to ask it, well, first you want to get to know your pendulum. A good way by doing this is carrying it around with you, sleeping with it under your pillow. That's a great way to get to know it. So you just want to get to know it. I carried mine around for about 2 weeks before I used it, so I really got to know it. So, and then you want to ask it, show me yes. And then write your yes and no's, what it means to you. Show me no. See, a no is back and forth for me, and around is yes. And show me yes. Show me no. And you want to write it down, that way you don't forget it. But for me, it's always around is yes, back and forth is no. And again, get to know it, play with it again, and let your energy get onto it. So every pendulum again is different, so don't freak out if you get a new one and it's not like your old one. Again, my amethyst one I used to have, instead of around being yes, around meant no for me, and back and forth meant yes. So, but that was with my amethyst one. Rose quartz is different. So again, every pendulum is different. And if I'm very, very picky about letting random people touch my stuff. I don't like random people coming into my house and touching my stuff, especially my witchy stuff. So if someone happens to get a hold of it and you're like, oh my gosh, what do I do? don't freak out. You can always cleanse it by running it through the flame, like that, swinging it back and forth through the flame. Freezing it in the freezer for 24 hours also gets that energy off of it. Um, and what's another way? Water's another good cleansing way. Cleansing water, sunlight, moonlight, anything of that sort. So just cleanse it if you're like me and you don't like other people touching it. And a lot of people recommend that you don't let other people touch it just because it could get their energy onto it. So again, if any random person does get a hold of it, um, you can always cleanse it. Don't worry, there's different ways of cleansing it. So, yeah, that is all that I have for the pendulum. If you have any other information you would like to share, please do so. And thanks, guys, for watching, and many blessings.